So, we return to the Game Theory channel once again for yet another FNAF theory. Hey everyone, it's about Mike Carl. Welcome to another video. Hey, ready to Game Theory FNAF, the secret crimes of 1985. An interesting date, 1985. Because, I mean, the only, two dates that we've known are 1987, 1983. I think there was, one or two others in the novel, in the first novel series. Which is interesting. And the thumbnail says the first party. I looked at the description, and this is actually based off of the new books that came out, the new FNAF novels. I honestly had no idea they came out already. And I am going to get them eventually to read for myself, but anyways, we got a new FNAF series, so let's start it up and see what's in store. I don't really know.
Hey, that's no fair. I haven't got my shoes off yet.
He's dead. He's dead.
Made it. Ozzy? Ozzy? Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. And the start
that was dark.
Will undoubtedly be a very happy new year.
Yeah, it knows that reminds me, this is the first FNAF theory of the year. First FNAF game theory of the year.
Because everyone else in the games industry is concentrated on new consoles with all of the teraflops and none of the actual games. Freddy's is over here in the corner doing its own thing and releasing, exciting and interesting stuff. Last year's Help Wanted was a fantastic addition to the series, which keeps updating itself with new and exciting lore.
FNAF VR was really interesting.
Game coming out later this year.
Including who seems to be a whole new villain who's going to take the place of William Afton.
Our game is something I should probably talk about at some point, since
apparently AR
also has lore implications.
Oh, it does?
Interestingly
I thought it didn't.
We have ourselves the rollout of a new book series, Fazbear Frights. The first one released after Christmas, and before the end of this year, there will be a total of, let me check my notes. Holy mother of Ennard, five installments in a new book series in a year?
Dang.
Like Scott's gone back to his roots of just mass releasing stuff. He saw the Netflix model of binge watching a show and was like, I want that, but for video games and apparently books. Jeez, so many mass drop lore reveals for us to binge understand. We'd all be happier for it. Anyway, the reason I call these books out is that, first off, they're just really good. You ever read the Goosebumps books?
I believe it.
Did. Every single one.
Every single Goosebumps. Every single Goosebumps. That's a lot of bumps. Lots of spooks. Yeah, but I don't doubt that the new books are. I mean, seriously, the Silver Eyes, Tristan ones, and Force Closet were honestly really, really cool. Especially with the fact that they explained quite a few things, but also at the same time they raised a lot of questions. Like, one thing having to do was Baby, which was honestly just like, what the hell? Honestly, like Circus Baby, I mean. Just really, really interesting. No one entirely understands that whole part of it. I remember reacting to another FNAF game theory. I'm pretty sure it was last year, and he did talk about, in that one that I'm remembering, he did talk about the Force Closet. I think the majority of it was on the Force Closet, but he didn't exactly go into the whole weird thing with Circus Baby. I'm not going to spoil it. In case anybody hasn't read it yet, and they want to, at some point, get into the book. They just haven't gotten the chance to either read it or actually buy it to read it. Honestly, aside from that sort of thing, I mean, the novels were freaking great.
Into the Living Dummy and Ghost Next Door every day, fam! Well, Fazbear Frights is just a modern version of those, with each book containing 3 short horror stories all set within the FNAF universe. And, true to them being a part of the franchise, they aren't afraid to get super bleak. Today's episode is going to go into detail for the first 3, so if you want to read them blind, consider this your spoiler
First 3,
warning.
interesting.
Anyway, to give you a sense of tone...
Wait, 3 of them already came out already?
Finding her severed body parts hidden away in plastic bags, only to then realize that she herself has been, piece by piece, replaced with a robotic...
Okay, always seeing a similarity between the novel and, this new series.
Body. In another, a teenage girl's imprisoned and forced to choose the way in which she is gonna die.
Oh,
Options
wow.
ranging from boiling alive to electrocution to decapitation. She
Ugh.
chooses the decap attack. Dear
Oh,
FNAF
that's
tubers,
dark.
I know we were all super worried about Kappa coming in and striking us down, but when we're covering stories like these, I think we're pretty darn safe.
Yeah, this video is gonna have this video's revenue and notifications and all that are going to be just fine.
But of course, I wouldn't be talking about all this on Game Theory if it wasn't for the lore.
The Game Theory video, not my video.
Random horror stories.
I mean, mine's gonna be fine as long as the notifications and comments,
Is connected back to characters and locations that we know from the original games. The girl who makes a wish to be beautiful and then is unknowingly hacked to pieces. Well, the fairy godmother doing the hacking is a red pig-tailed clown robot with green eyes. Does that description sound familiar to anyone? What about the girl who opts for decapitation? Well, I mentioned that she's imprisoned. What I left out was that she's actually trapped in the stomach of a white with a twisted sense of humor and a thirst for blood. And if all that's too subtle for you, well, the first story outright has a guy...
So this is talking about... This series is going over... the 5 of the victims. 5 novels, 5 victims. Holy crap.
Golden bunny suit taking us to see 6 murdered kids in the back of a Freddy's Pizzeria
never mind.
in 1985. Pretty darn direct, but
never mind.
Later. These stories matter because they're giving us more information about how
apparently there's multiple
universe
in
operates. Sometimes
third one.
in very direct ways, like giving us the
or maybe at least the 5 main victims?
exact number of murder victims and the dates of their death, and sometimes in more indirect ways, by showing us that this is a canon where a girl can be rebuilt day by day, piece by piece as a human-robot hybrid so realistic that no one, not even herself, realizes it. And so that is what we're covering today. What these stories show us about the FNAF universe, what they confirm, and also what important new details they unlock.
Right.
Plus, they open up a big theory about the games, one that I actually got wrong late last year, and I'm very excited about now.
So is that the cult thing?
Reader beware, you're in for a scare.
Ooh.
Oh, and for those of you who've dismissed the stories as non-canon, I wouldn't be too quick to judge.
I definitely did. I am not going to... Oh, crap. There's no way I'm dismissing anything of FNAF as non-canon. I mean, all the games are canon, obviously. FNAF World may be canon. It hasn't been truly confirmed, as far as I know, but I remember from Matt's earlier theories last year, I think he had put a point about FNAF World possibly being part of the canon that, hasn't been deconfirmed yet, as far as I know. The novels are absolutely canon. And so, even Ultimate Custom Night, a game that seemed like it was just supposed to be a whole big celebration, just celebrating what seemed to be the end of FNAF, turned out to be just another thing. It's got to slip in some hidden lore and all that.
These books, each one of them has this in its official description, quote, "In this volume, horror master Scott Cawthon spins 3 sinister novella-length stories from different corners of his series' canon," end quote. Different corners of canon, you say? Sounds to me like some stories are going to be more aligned with the trilogy of books, some more so with the canon of games, but still, all of them existing within the canon itself. So absolutely worth our time to investigate.
Of course.
The first story actually has a lot to cover, so I'm going to just save that one for last and instead start with the second, To Be Beautiful. In it, Sarah, a 14-year-old girl, rescues a red pigtailed clown animatronic from the trunk of a car that she finds in a scrapyard.
In the scrapyard. I wonder if that, once again, not going to spoil the fourth closet. Let's say, just say something. The end part, well, something that happens around the end could definitely have led up to that. Either that, or this is the origin of Scrap Baby.
Grateful to be saved, the robot, who calls herself Eleanor, but is probably better described as Giraffe Baby based on the cut illustrations from the book.
Jesus.
She'll grant any wish. Sarah wishes to be beautiful, and Baby, like a twisted fairy godmother, makes it happen by putting Sarah to sleep every night and hacking off sections of her body while she's unconscious, replacing them with robotic junk.
Oh, wow.
Sarah looked at the floor. One bag contained a human leg. Another.
Oh, wow.
Bottoms of the bags, but the limbs had been severed neatly, as if in a surgical amputation.
Oh.
Another bag stuffed with bloody snake-like entrails and what appeared to be a liver slid from the cabinet's shelf and landed on the floor with a wet splat.
Oh,
hey,
okay, wow. Okay, I'm just gonna take that in for a moment. Jesus, that's dark, and sure, the novels had some pretty screwed up sounding stuff, but nothing that detailed and descriptive. Jesus!
Pizzerias never work out for you, baby. Beverly Hills plastic surgeon is a great backup career. The only stipulation is that Sarah must wear a special necklace to keep the illusion alive. When the necklace inevitably falls off, Sarah's new junk body is exposed and falls apart. She dies, surrounded by her own severed body parts as she's forced to watch Baby walk out into the world having stolen her old look and identity.
Oh my God.
Made your wish come true.
Oh my God.
In return, Eleanor laughed again. She jerked and shook, her silver finish turning the pinkish shade of Caucasian skin. In a matter of moments, she was a dead ringer for Sarah. Well, you certainly made my wishes come true. Great story to read to the kids at night, by the way. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the shape-shifting robot slice off your face and steal it. Anyway, as I mentioned before, Sarah's extreme makeover confirms that in the FNAF canon, humans can be partly or fully robotic without ever knowing it.
Yeah.
We've seen it before in the original trilogy of books, where the
like I said,
closet revealed that protagonist Charlie was a highly advanced robot, and we're seeing...
I was going to try and put... Try to say, Jesus Christ. Wait, actually, you should have at least assumed when I started mentioning this before closet, there was possibly going to be at least some chance of spoiler.
It again happened here. A normal human Sarah unknowingly being remade into a robot. The fact that this is now a recurring element of the series goes to support the idea that Michael, the crying child of FNAF 4, after getting bitten, could have been put back together in a much more literal way than any of us were expecting all those years ago. He was put together as a machine. He grew up without...
And to think, we thought he somehow survived.
Knowing it, and was only able to figure it all out once he miraculously survived being scooped at the end of Sister Location.
Something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not.
Does this little short story outright confirm any of it? No, certainly not. But third time is a charm, Michael. The third story about a girl named Millie trapped inside Funtime Freddy's stomach doesn't really tell us a whole lot. But instead it just confirms what we already suspected.
Well,
that the Funtime robots were designed to be large enough to capture kids and either kill them off or transport them to underground testing facilities. Moving on to the end of the book, there's a little teaser, like a Marvel movie but with 100% less Nick Fury, or a preview of a seemingly new monster. Two cops are discussing a hooded figure raiding the neighborhood's dumpsters. They call it the Stitch Wraith. Quote, the Stitch Wraith, witnesses said, was a shrouded figure in some sort of cloak. The detective squinted at a picture that showed the figure pulling what seemed to be a mannequin's torso from the dumpster. The face wasn't a face. Not a human face, anyway. It looked more like a mask. The face was round, and its features were drawn with a curved white surface. It had dark eyes, one of which looked blackened. Were those blood stains around the mouth?
Yeah, that's definitely talking about Ennard. Jesus Christ.
End quote. To me, the Stitch Wraith is just a cooler name for Ennard.
Yeah.
You got yourself a creature that has a white mask with a missing blacked out eye, sharp, potentially bloody teeth, and a lurching walk. Definitely similar to the way that he's shown in the games. Ennard's obsession with trash would also be appropriate for the Stitch Wraith. I mean, it's just a mass of wires.
Exactly.
Something like a mannequin torso to give it form. We actually see the same thing with Scrap Baby's design from FNAF 6. Between games, she clearly assimilated any and all garbage into her form to be more passable and
Roller
functioning.
skates.
To me, I gotta be honest, I just think this
Fucking
Stitch
claw.
Wraith story is cool because it shows the outside world's reaction to the Freddy creatures that we all know. It starts to show what happened to him after the events of the game.
Yeah.
It's the dots for the story after the credits finished rolling.
It fills in the blanks because it's like, how did this end up happening? Now, one thing I did always wonder, how did Baby become Scrap Baby? How is she separate from Ennard and all that? Now, is she even part of Ennard? Or did she separate herself from the others? And the others went off to somehow become Molten Funtime Freddy?
To know that Ennard, after he escapes from Sister Location, to the in-universe people going about their daily lives is just this urban legend named the Stitch Wraith. I guess that's just pretty interesting to me. I think it's fun. Anyway, it's also worth noting here that the teaser attributes 5 dead bodies to Ennard. Quote, 5 withered bodies with eyes that bled black down the sides of the face. End quote. So it appears that Ennard, after leaving Michael's body, tried to skin suit 5 or so other people. Notice that it says withered bodies.
Possibly failed.
These are bodies that have clearly decayed, just
Yep.
like we saw with Michael's at the
So, wait, that means Ennard more than likely had been doing what he did for a while after escaping. So that means definitely Sister Location and Pizzeria Similar are definitely far apart in the timeline. Or at least probably like a few months time or something. I don't know.
And the mode of death, them crying black, it's just the body leaking oil as Ennard needs to go and find another skin suit to possess. So that's pretty much everything else. But what I really want to focus on now and in a follow-up mini-theory is the first story.
Not so many?
The story where the book gets its name, Into the Pit. In it, a video game-loving, anime-obsessed 10-year-old boy named Oswald is forced to spend most of his summer in an old, run-down restaurant named Jeff's Pizza. One day, wanting to pull a prank on his father, he finds himself in a, wait for this, time-traveling ball pit.
What the...
1985, the day where 6 murders have just happened at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Quote, when the smell of pizza hit Oswald's nose, he understood. He was still in Jeff's Pizza, or more accurately, what Jeff's Pizza had been before Jeff took over. It was new and not roped off. On the wall was a mural of the same characters performing on stage. The brown bear, the blue rabbit, and the bird girl. Below their faces were the words, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. He even caught sight of a calendar hanging in an open office that helped him pinpoint the date, 1985. End quote. Way to take the mystery out of it there, guys. I was all ready to cross-reference all the arcade cabinets that you saw in the pizzeria and the allusions to the Smurfs and other popular media at the time to find the date, but you just had to go and take that all away from me. Thanks for saving me the research, I guess, but no thanks for taking away my deserving YouTube watch minutes. And here's the first big mind blow of this book series.
All right.
First, because I think there are actually 2 in this one story. In this story, we get ourselves clear, indisputable evidence that in 1985, 6 kids were killed. Quote, the rabbit stopped in front of a door with a sign reading party room. Half a dozen kids, none of them older than Oswald, their lifeless bodies propped into sitting positions. Their legs...
So 5. Freddy by Chico. Let's see, that's just like 5.
Stretched out in front of them. They were all
6.
wearing Freddy Fazbear birthday
Oh, wait, they say 5 kids.
Couldn't tell
6.
how they died, but he knew the
I don't know.
was responsible.
Well, whatever.
That the rabbit had wanted him to see his handiwork. End quote. On one hand, it's incredible to finally get ourselves a date and a firm number of dead children. But get ready to change your Facebook status because it is complicated. You see, 1985 has never once been an important date in the series.
As I said, it's always with 1983, 1987, and Possibly one other, I can't remember.
1983? Absolutely, that's FNAF 4. 1987? You betcha, that's FNAF 2. We've got ourselves 80s representation everywhere. Mullets and Oingo Boingo for days, but never, not once, has there ever been a mention of 1985. And
Not to mention,
while
it's
it'd be
smack
easy to
dab in the
immediately
middle.
Write that off as a typo or some non-canon event, it's definitely not. Far from it. In fact, for as wacko as it seems, this time-traveling ball pit from a short story and a spin-off series of books takes Oswald back to a pizzeria that we've never seen before, but one that we have absolutely known to have existed since the second game in this series. As proof, let me pull up a clip from my second ever episode on FNAF.
The
Back when
second?
Purple Guy was actually Phone Guy. Oh, those were the
Jeez, what a blast from the past.
days. Every way to Sunday, this game is a prequel. Posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 welcome you to this new location, implying that there was another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza somewhere before this one. Additionally, the Phone Guy makes reference to it on night 1.
Which has been confirmed. Oh, so I probably should go back and watch. I think I should go back and watch his older ones. No, just as fun. I have been thinking about it before, and also just to see if we can probably draw comparisons.
Mentioning the old location and how it was left to rot. So let me recap. There's the restaurant from the first game, which is the last in the timeline. The one that you're currently working at in 1987 in Five Nights 2, an older location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria left to rot, and the original Fred
Okay, not again. This happened before.
Fazbear's Diner.
There we go.
In FNAF 2, we're presented with newspaper clippings that outright says that this location is having a grand reopening. But we knew, even way back then, 5 years ago, that the events of FNAF 1 took place after FNAF 2. It was a prequel sequel, so there had to have been a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that existed prior to FNAF 2 that got the franchise shut down in the first place. We also know that it wasn't Fredbear's Family Diner because Phone Guy calls that restaurant out separately.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. We're going to try to contact the original restaurant owner. I think the name of the place was Fredbear's Family Diner or something like that.
So in this one random little scene from Fazbear Frights, we uncover a pivotal piece of the timeline that's been missing for the last 5 years. A missing pizzeria that's been gone since the very beginning of this franchise. A pizzeria that looks to be home to the first 6 acts.
The origin point.
Story. In fact, I can actually do you one better. I believe this to be the 6 dead kids that we end up reuniting.
The origin. Oh my god. We have been missing. I'm blind. We have been missing that. We've seen just about everything, but we never seen how it all started. We never seen the original kids. We've never seen the first kids, the first place where it all started. Where basically every single thing started. Where this whole chain of actions started and went on to become the big mystery we know today. Or whatever, however you would word it, because I'm bad at wording. Explaining.
In the Happiest Day minigame from FNAF 3. Notice that detail about all of them wearing party hats. These were kids all taken from the same party. And the Happiest Day minigame from FNAF 3 has us reuniting them to finally finish the birthday party that got prematurely and gruesomely cut short. This is huge information here, guys! However, true to form, as it always is with this story, not everything lines up. With this being chronologically the earliest set of murders that we see at a pizzeria set before 1987, then we should be seeing the animatronics get possessed here. It's something that we've never actually seen in the games. This should be the missing children's incident, where the victims' bodies are shoved into the suits never to be found. But it's clearly not. The book makes it very obvious that these bodies were clearly out and visible. Quote again, there were noises, but not the usual ones of Freddy Fazbear's. Screams, crying children, yells for help, chaos. Oswald's stomach in knots, he moved through the crowd, past crying mothers running with their toddlers in their arms, past dads grasping children's hands and leading them swiftly towards the exit, their faces masks of shock. End quote. The bunny, at laid out all his victims for everyone to see.
Oh.
A far cry from the bodies being shoved into the suits and then not being discovered for years on end. Hence, the missing children's incident. And we know that the missing children's incident is most likely where the animatronics got possessed because, you know, their bodies are in the suits, along with the metal. And so the metal and the souls fuse together to create living animatronics.
Bam!
FNAF 2, 1987. Oh my gosh, look, there's living animatronics roaming around this pizzeria. Oh, and we installed security devices just because we know a murderer came around the last time. There's a reason I stopped talking about the timeline of these things. Additionally, there are...
Unfortunately, it just keeps coming back.
The children's incident only had itself 5. That, in and of itself, would be okay, right? Since FNAF 6, 6 children has always been the magic number. It's weird to mention a magic number when talking about murdered children, but you know what? The series desensitizes you to a lot. Our list is Susie, Fritz, Gabriel, Jeremy, Cassidy, and Charlotte. The core 4 animatronics, Golden Freddy, and the puppet.
Yep. Oh my god, this is all coming together. This is all coming together. My goodness.
6. The problem is, Charlotte the puppet always seems to have a separate death outside of the building. Outside of the realm of the other 5 children. So having her suddenly lined up with all the rest of the kids at the same time just doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense.
So there's one other.
Maybe I just need to think on it more because everything else
Might,
lines up.
maybe.
We have ourselves a golden bunny leading kids down a...
Either Charlotte is the 6th one, or there's another one that we don't know about.
All the way into a back room, just like those original newspaper clippings describe.
Wait, what about Michael?
Very clearly visible,
Unless that was
likely
Michael after. I don't know. It's one of the two. I'm still confused. I'm still confused about Michael in the games and Michael in the novels. If they're the same person or two separate.
This with the series, so many items line up, but there's just one or two little details, little sticking points that make the pieces fit a little awkwardly. I honestly think, though, that this isn't the last time that we're going to be seeing this pizzeria. Remember earlier when I mentioned that new FNAF game that's coming out in 2020, a little bit later this year, probably titled Into Madness? Well, that one is set in a mall with a very 80s theme. Again, we've been talking about the Rockstar animatronics for a couple episodes now, and that's the one where they get revealed. It wouldn't be surprising for me to see that game be the one where we finally step foot inside the first ever Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and witness all the events that Oswald just saw for ourselves. So there you have it, my friends. The first major and a couple of minor reveals that this installment...
Will we get an origin story, people?
There is one final mystery that this story might help us solve. Not only does it give us a new set of murders to think about, crimes that are now chronologically the earliest that we see in the timeline, but also Into the Pit may just be giving us the identity of the person behind all of this. I don't mean behind the child murders. I mean the mystery of the man behind the games. What do I mean by that? And what evidence do I have to prove it? Well,
that's right. That's right. Because we know that Scott actually confirmed himself that he is not the person. He has not insert. Anytime we actually see him in the games, like in that opening of FNAF VR, you know, that's not anything that's canon. That's just a little Easter egg. So there's a legitimate fictional character in this story who is making, you know, the games for Fazbear Entertainment to cover up, you know, the stories. No, the person who made what's essentially FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sorry, FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, sister location, pizzeria simulator. And who knows? Actually, has Matt ever mentioned which games that this mysterious has ever been confirmed which of the games are just supposed to cover up the truth? I don't know if VR is definitely one of them. I mean, it's made very obvious. No, but either way, wait, the origin of the mysterious game developer that's been mentioned to us many times at this point. Well, many times in VR.
Friends is a theory unto itself for next week. So in the meantime, subscribe, ring the bell, and
I don't know, I'm stupid.
Remember, it's all just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I know these FNAF episodes tend to dive pretty deep sometimes. But even after all the games and books and shades of purple, I gotta say I still find them fun. That said, if this episode leaves you wanting more, well, you can always dive into the books themselves with the help of today's sponsor, Audible.com.
As the sponsor, I'm out here. But still, for thoughts so far. For one, if this next game, if FNAF Into Madness, whatever this new Rockstar thing is, or even some other game, it could be some other game as well. Scott could be working on putting out 2 games, Into Madness, which is his solo project he's been working on, and possibly the other one. Also, wow, Scott, you work really hard. Don't become the next Sakurai, buddy. Don't become the next Sakurai. I mean, seriously, books. We got the books. We got the games. I mean, like, so much in just the span of a few months. Like Matt said, that the first 3 novels, it seems, or at least the first. I don't know. I don't know if he said the second and third came out yet. I know they definitely said that the first one came. I know for sure that the first one came out. I don't know about the second and third. I'll just assume that they have come out yet. Like, he said they came out just after Christmas, basically. And I'm pretty sure FNAF AR came out like somewhere in November, and stuff like that. Not to mention in November I mean, it most likely was planned much earlier. No, he had to work on getting Nintendo to put FNAF on Switch, which is the first 4 games. There's also the Curse of Dreadbear DLC, which came out in October. And what else? Oh god, there's one other thing I know. Crap, I can't remember. Oh yeah, the Free in Space 2 thing. Jesus, how many people are helping him? He has to have a big team for all these different things. He's gotta do some, because he not only has, he has to make for the things made by other companies helping him, like Illumix. He has to, be kind of like the director of he has to be the director of what's going on, kind of like with Sakurai with Smash. He's got to work, and not only that, but I know he's a father. But he has kids. He has a wife, so he has to do all this crap. But he also has to look after his family as well, which that's a lot for one person. I don't understand how people like Sakurai and Scott can do this sort of stuff. Jesus. Wow. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent, but also, what's the fact that we could be soon getting an origin story? I mean, like, a firm beginning, telling of the beginning, a confirmation of what exactly set all of this, everything we've seen up to this point, in motion. And that's, wow. Also, final thought, Jesus Christ, God is letting loose all the gruesome and dark things. Like, Jesus, those novels are descriptive as heck. I mean, we only saw a few excerpts, but I mean, just that first one we heard from the What about the girl who wanted to be beautiful? That's just wow. Just wow.